For more than 100 years, Earth was loud. Radio signals, TV broadcasts, military radar, satellite traffic, all of it leaked into space. Every human message traveled outward at the speed of light. Songs, news, war reports. Even simple phone calls added to the noise. Humanity did not think about it, but someone else did. Far beyond the edge of human space, an alien monitoring network listened to young planets. Most worlds were silent and empty, but Earth was different. Earth was chaotic, emotional, violent, creative, interesting. For decades, alien analysts studied the signals. They learned human languages. They watched human conflicts. They tracked technological growth. Their final conclusion was simple: not advanced enough to be a threat. Then, one ordinary day, everything changed. The noise stopped. Not slowly, not fading over time, instantly. Every frequency from Earth went silent at the exact same moment. Radio stations vanished. Military channels disappeared. Satellite signals ended. Even the small background radiation caused by electronics was gone. The alien monitoring stations ran system checks. Their equipment was working perfectly. They scanned again. Nothing. Earth had gone completely quiet. Panic spread through the observation network. Young civilizations do not fall silent without reason. Extinction events take time. Wars create noise. Disasters send distress signals. But Earth showed no signs of destruction. The planet still rotated. Cities still glowed at night. Oceans still moved. Earth was alive. But it had stopped speaking. One alien commander whispered a troubling thought. They know we are listening. And in the cold silence of space, the absence of sound became more frightening than any signal ever sent. The silence was not an accident, Dot. It was a decision. Years before Earth went quiet, a small group of scientists made a discovery. While studying deep space signals, they found strange patterns. Tiny delays. Repeated scans. Faint returns from objects that were not natural. Dot. Someone was watching. Dot. At first, governments did not believe it. The evidence was weak. But as the years passed, the pattern became clear. Unknown probes were hiding near the outer planets. Signals were being reflected back, as if analyzed. Humanity was being observed. A secret meeting was held between world leaders. For the first time in history, rival nations agreed on one thing. Earth was too loud. If we can hear them, one scientist said, they can hear us. The plan was simple in idea, but hard to build. Shut down all outgoing noise. Engineers redesigned global systems. Satellite broadcasts were reduced. Military radar became tightly controlled. Fiber optic cables replaced space-based communication where possible. Even small electronic leaks were minimized. Took years of preparation. Then, on a single chosen day, the switch was flipped. Earth stopped broadcasting into space. To ordinary people, nothing changed. Phones still worked. Internet still worked. News still played on screens. But beyond the atmosphere, there was silence. Humanity had closed its mouth, not out of fear, but out of awareness. Because if the galaxy was full of hunters, it was better to disappear into the dark than to shout your location. At first, the alien observers believed Earth's silence was temporary. Maybe a global disaster had damaged their systems. Maybe a war had destroyed their satellites. But weeks passed, then months, still nothing. The monitoring stations increased their scans. They searched every frequency humans once used. Radio, microwave. Infrared leakage. There was no signal. Earth had erased itself from the galactic map. The High Council gathered in emergency session. Large screens showed the blue planet turning peacefully in space. Night light still covered its continents. Heat signatures showed billions of living beings. The planet was not dead, that it was hiding. That realization changed everything. Young civilizations are loud. They expand carelessly. They test weapons openly. They broadcast pride and fear without thinking. Only advanced predators learn silence. The Council reviewed human history again. In just a short time, humans had developed nuclear weapons, space travel, artificial intelligence. They had survived world wars and nearly destroyed themselves, yet continued to grow stronger. And now they had done something no other young species had done before. They had chosen to disappear. One senior strategist spoke quietly. If they can control their entire planet's signals at once, they are unified. That was the most frightening part. Humans had always looked divided. Different nations, different languages, constant conflict. But this act required cooperation. Planning. Trust. For the first time, Earth's classification was updated. No longer primitive, no longer harmless. Now it read, developing strategic civilization. And in the silent halls of Alien Command, one thought spread like a shadow. If humans were willing to go quiet, what else were they willing to do unseen? 5 years passed after Earth went silent. The alien observers never stopped watching. They placed more hidden sensors near the edge of the human solar system. They searched for engine trails, energy spikes, anything that would show movement. They found nothing. Earth remained quiet. Then one day, something impossible happened. An object appeared near the outer border of alien space. It did not approach through known travel lanes. It did not create a warp signature. It did not send a warning signal. It was simply there. At first, alien scanners thought it was an error, but visual systems confirmed it. A ship, small, smooth, dark. Human. The design was different from the early human spacecraft they had studied years before. This one was compact and efficient. No wasted structure. No glowing engines. It was built for stealth. The alien fleet moved into defensive formation. Weapons powered up. Shields activated. Still, the human ship did not react. It stayed still. Silent. Then a tight beam transmission was sent directly to the alien command vessel. It was narrow and controlled, impossible to intercept unless you were the target. The message contained only one sentence. "We know you've been listening." Silence filled the alien command center. The humans had not stumbled into their territory. They had arrived on purpose. For years, the galaxy believed Earth had gone quiet out of fear. Now, the truth was clear. Humans had not hidden to survive. They had hidden to prepare. And this small ship was not a threat. It was a statement. Earth was no longer the noisy, careless planet they once observed. It had learned to move through the dark, and it had just made the first move. The Alien High Council demanded answers. Why had Earth gone silent? Why had a human ship appeared without warning? The human vessel did not power its weapons. It did not move closer. It simply opened a secure communication channel. A human voice spoke calmly. "For years, we detected your probes." The alien leaders froze. Humans explained everything. When Earth first found strange signal reflections near the outer planets, they did not panic. They studied them. They tracked the small observation drones hiding in deep space. They mapped their movement. The Watchers had been careful, but humans were patient. Instead of attacking the probes, humanity did something smarter. They pretended not to notice. They continued broadcasting for years while quietly building new systems. Underground labs developed silent engines. Scientists studied stealth physics. Engineers redesigned communication networks to avoid leaking energy into space. The silence was not sudden fear. It was the final step of a long plan. When Earth finally went quiet, it was already ready. The human ambassador continued. You believed we were divided, that we would fight each other forever. You underestimated how quickly we unite when we face a common threat. The Alien Council reviewed their old reports. They had watched human wars and conflicts. They had judged humanity as unstable, but they had missed something important. Humans learn from danger, and once they understand they are being hunted, they adapt. The final words from the human ship were simple. We did not go silent because we were weak. We went silent so we could see who was listening. For the first time, the watchers realized something unsettling. The prey had been watching back. The human ship moved closer to the alien flagship, but it carried no weapons. Only a single ambassador stood on board, a representative of all humanity. The aliens expected threats, aggression, demands. Instead, the human spoke calmly. We know the galaxy is dangerous, the ambassador said. We know civilizations hunt weaker species. That is why we went silent. The council was stunned. They had expected fear. They had expected surrender. Instead, they found strategy, patience, intelligence. The ambassador continued. For years, we watched. We studied you. We learned your methods. We improved ourselves in silence. We hid not because we were weak, but because we were preparing. Every alien sensor showed the truth. Humans had united, shared knowledge across nations, and advanced technology far beyond what was thought possible. Faster than light travel, stealth propulsion, energy systems that left no trace, all developed in secret. The High Council realized something terrifying. Humans were unpredictable. They were fast learners. They were clever. And they were patient. You are not the most advanced species, the ambassador added. You are not the strongest. But you are the most adaptable. And that is far more dangerous. The word spread quickly through alien networks. Across the stars, species that had monitored Earth for centuries began to reconsider their assumptions. Young, chaotic, divided, dangerous. From this day forward, every advanced civilization in the galaxy knew one thing. Earth does not shout its presence. Earth does not show its strength. But Earth observes, prepares, and strikes only when necessary. The silence had been a lesson. The galaxy had learned that fear is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, and humanity had shown that even a small, blue planet could teach the universe to be afraid. The day Earth stopped broadcasting was not the day humans hid. It was the day the galaxy began to fear them.